like some planes. All we do is elevate to the ceiling, 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 elevate. Yeah, the betrayal been applied, but ain't coming direct.
The Elevate Club podcast. We're finally back. I'm sorry for the wait. And now we got a new concept. Instead of having just one guest, we actually have two guests. To my right, I have Lydia Kim, a freshman at UCI, and then I have Fowler, a freshman at Coastal Carolina. How are you guys?
Good. I'm all right.
Yeah, make sure to follow us on IG. I'll put the at in the description. But yeah, let's get started. So how would you two describe your first semester in one word?
Roller coaster.
Shit.
Explain roller coaster, Casey.
It was a lot to learn. I learned a lot of valuable lessons, and it was like parts of it was like partying, parts of it was like stress and tiredness and stuff, and then other parts were like, you know, meeting new friends and making new relationships and stuff, which was really nice.
Yeah. Lydia, you said shit. Why would you pick that answer?
I feel like that's like the best way to like describe it. Like obviously there was a lot of good parts because I met like good people, and because of the people it wasn't as shitty, but I don't know. I think we're right now, since it's like our first time being independent as like we're actually adults now, we have to make our own choices. And I guess it's just a lot of trial and error, and we just made a lot of mistakes during first quarter.
Yeah, I'd say it was humbling for me, especially because, I mean, obviously I knew I was going to like a really prestigious school, but like I thought it would be, you know, it's school. Like school is usually easy for me. But I got there, and then, you know, I got humbled really quick. You know, those midterms, you know, they spare no expense to anybody, and they're very rough, and you got to really study and apply yourself. So I think it was more of like a wake-up call, and like knowing you actually have to apply yourself if you want to succeed type of thing. So it, you know, kind of applied to my whole life in general with everything. So that's good. And so you mentioned like you had a lot more interactions with people. And there's a lot of disparities between people. You see lots of jealousy and envy between people, some succeeding and some others, like, you know, not doing as well. Like some people may be envious that you might be at this school or you may be at that school. So like, have you ever been jealous, and why were you jealous?
I've been jealous a lot at times.
People have, I think everyone gets jealous.
Yeah.
That's just a natural human thing.
I think actually me and my friend, or like a friend came up to me, or like one night it was like in the middle or towards the end actually of the quarter for me, a friend was just texting me and was like, can we like talk for a little bit? Can we go on a walk and like talk? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was having a lot of trouble stop comparing himself because he feels like he's not as ambitious as people at UCI, and he doesn't feel like he belongs.
Yeah.
And I think and same for me, I just I don't like talking about it because it makes me feel like lesser of myself.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was having trouble with like stopping that comparison with him and like his grades with other people, because me and him are both the type of people that don't absorb information like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to actually study 24/7 to actually get the grades that we want. And there's just some people out there that don't need to do that. Like they just look at material, get an A. Like,
Yeah.
and I think we just compared ourselves to that a lot. But I think it's important to realize that like you got into college for a reason.
Yeah.
Like you have potential, you have that competence. I think it's important to remember.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like how Casey said it was like natural. But like even though it's natural, do you think like people like have the right to be jealous? Like should they be envious of other people?
I think since it's natural, you really can't stop it, so I guess everybody has the right. But at the same time, if you're jealous, then like you should be working to get what you're jealous of.
Yeah, like I think you shouldn't like let it affect your relationships with other people. I've seen a lot of like really petty things because of jealousy and letting it get in the way of relationships and like completely stopping someone's like progress towards success and like letting it defeat them. And I think that's, you know, that's like a really lame route. Like you, like Lydia said, you're there for a reason. Like you should be able to, you know, respond. Like, I mean, if you're jealous, that means you care.
Mm-hmm.
That means you care a lot, like, when someone's jealous. So, like, even in relationships, if someone's jealous, I mean, take that as a note that, like, they care about you. So, you know, don't always fault someone for being jealous, I guess, but, like, help them towards, you know, being better and not, you know, I don't know, bashing them for being envious, I guess, right? And yeah, it can have a big burden on your mental health as well. So how has your mental health been affected in college since you've been there?
I think my one word definitely symbolism just told how my mental health is doing. I mean, it's alright, I guess. It's not, but
I don't know. I think honestly it's probably gotten a lot better because before I left for college, like I didn't really like have as many friends here or anything like that, so it kind of got me out of my shell and like doing stuff again. But at the same time, it was very stressful and like hard. But honestly, I think in the end, my mental health got better at college.
I think as of right now, it's like not terrible. Like it's just new. Like I'm not used to it.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Yeah, I like it's a roller coaster. Like there are good times and then there are like lows.
Yeah.
And like going to sleep at like 2 a.m. in the morning, like every night is not good for your mental health.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And then going to your freaking morning classes?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Waking up for 8 a.m. class the next morning, it's like, bro, like you can't do that.
I got home and I start, like there's nothing to do after like 11. So I would start going to bed and I was like, why can't I sleep? And I realized that I don't go to sleep until like 4 o'clock every morning. Like,
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, I'm like, bro, I gotta take like sleep pills or something because I cannot go to sleep.
Oh, the
took some last
melatonin
night.
gummies.
Yeah, they're so
Be
good.
hit in.
Yeah.
Like,
I need to get it, bro. Go get some melatonin gummies, bro.
not sponsored by melatonin
Yeah,
gummies.
we're not
but-
sponsored yet, but like hopefully next episode we'll get a sponsorship for some melatonin gummies.
what brand are they? Let's call them out.
Yeah.
No. No.
No, but yeah, like, but do y'all have like, for us at Carnegie, we have a lot of resources for mental health. Like we have a CAPS thing, which is basically a program you can use where you get like basically a semester of therapy if you're stressed out about classes or anything. So like, do y'all have a lot of resources for mental health and stuff like that at your schools?
At Coastal, they have the same thing. Like, you can go to a therapist and stuff, but you could also call them, too, and you can talk whenever you want.
Yeah, we have the same. I think the reason why I chose UCI is because of their collaborative environment and how resourceful they are to their students.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of resources for mental health, not only for grades, but for finances.
Now, is the mental health free?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay, so
but-
it's included. Well, it's included in
Yeah.
tuition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Nothing's
free, like,
free.
all 4 years, too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But isn't that odd? Like to get help mentally in college is like, I guess, you know, free per se. But like for someone like that maybe actually struggling that's not in college, they might not, you know, have access to that free care. So can like either of y'all speak to those like mental health disparities that you may see like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think that's a big issue because basically a lot of people can't afford therapy, especially people who don't have like health insurance.
Yeah.
So they wait. It gets to the point where they like have like a manic episode or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
And it's not only like people who can't afford it, it's people who's scared to go get like mental health, like their mental health treated, because there's a lot of things stopping them in today's societies. Like I study on like societal patterns and how it affects healthcare. So you will see like how racism and like stuff like that actually also affect like people from going to get treated, because they'll think that if a psychologist or a therapist were to be discriminatory, they'll just lead their treatment towards because of their skin color.
Yeah.
and people are scared of that, and they don't want to go get it treated.
Yeah,
That's like you're
serious
paying.
thing. People
Yeah.
are scared to get treatment.
And they're not gonna pay to like get told.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like first of all, there's already a lack of funding from the government anyway in mental health facilities. It's basically like a prison almost. At least that's what I've heard from like people that like friends that have been to psych wards and everything. But like, it's kind of like demoralizing in a sense, and I feel so bad for those people because like I mean they want to get better, but like when you put them in a place like that, you can only feel bad about
it
yourself.
Is dehumanizing.
Yeah,
it's like
dehumanizing.
they like treat them like animals.
Make you feel like
I know someone that went there and they were like, I was locked up for like 10 hours a day. I got like a certain like relaxation time and none of the doctors were nice. Like they should have an environment where they can relax and like
Get better.
speak their minds.
Exactly.
Like you would think that
Those
in a
places are only
place-
offered to like people with money though.
Yeah,
and-
exactly. And that's the problem. There's racial disparities and, different people in socioeconomic positions, people of come from, humble beginnings and stuff like that can't afford, that care that they actually deserve to get better. So it's...
Same thing with like rehab facilities.
Continue.
Same thing with like rehab facilities. Like, I know people that are close to me that have had to go to rehab, and it's just like as soon as they get in there, like they relapse right away because or like halfway houses. Every single person in there has access to drugs, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it's like treated like you're in jail too, and that's like not even. It has no effect on them, so they're just wasting their insurance or money or whatever on those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And another disparity to like recognize is, as much as I hate it, it's religion can play into a part of mental disparities or like cultures.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in a Korean Christian household, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the worst like environment to live in if you have like or want to like it's a pretty bad environment to live in if you have a mental disability or like if you have problems mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because in Korean culture, not only because of mental health, but like health in general, a lot of Asian cultures, they don't like going to the hospital. One, because they have that like kind of pride in like, oh, I don't need to go to the hospital, I'm fine, you know?
Yeah.
Or they'll also like, or they'll think the same way about mental health, so they don't go get things treated. And then in a lot of religions, I can't really speak for other religions, but for me, a lot of the times if I was going through a hard time, I was just told to pray about it, which can help. Don't get me wrong, it can help.
To a certain extent. Though.
Yeah, you don't want to always like, it kind of invalidates your like emotions if you just keep telling a person to just pray about it.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that. I can hear that.
I understand that. I think that also goes culturally as well,
Mm-hmm.
because my grandparents from Guyana, they're from Guyana, and they don't believe in therapists or mental health or whatever whatsoever. Like my sister went to a therapist one time, and it was like a huge deal. They were like, "You're not crazy. Why do you need to go to a therapist?" Blah blah. Blah. And my sister was like, "I'm not crazy. I just need to talk."
Bro, even if you're okay, like it's okay to go to therapy.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
just to
it's
check in
okay.
with yourself. Like, yeah, I think there's a big stigmatism
take
with
care of
therapy.
yourself,
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
big stigmatism with therapy in a lot of cultures. Like, you only go like therapy is a bad thing. Like, if you're in therapy, you're broken or you're really bad. But like, some people just need that, that outlet to talk to, and like it works for them, or it may not work for you, but like that's okay, and you can go find some other resource to, get better. I think it's all just about getting better in general, and like not having your mind closed off to anything unless it's like hard drugs or something like that. Don't do drugs. But yeah,
Drugs good.
anything else is like, do what you can. But like a lot, like you said with the cultures, a lot of times it's hard to be transparent. And like, we're in college and like, so we're going to like be doing internships and interviews and stuff for jobs. And like a lot of times like we put on this facade or like we code switch for certain people. So in an interview, like would you probably code switch? Would you say you would code switch in an interview or like, put on this facade of like, hey, I'm this person, oh snap, that comes from this background, blah, 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 kind of thing?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a citation at the beginning of the semester for like something, and I had to have a meeting with this woman, and my nice voice went on. I was like, hi, how are you? She was like, have you ever gotten in trouble before? No, I haven't. Like, completely different person. My friend was sitting right next to me. It was over Zoom. And it worked. Like, it worked. But, like, sometimes I feel like you do just have to code switch. And even if you don't have to, I do find myself code switching quite often, especially I'm in a sorority. Yeah. I will find myself at chapter meetings or anything, and I'll just be like, oh, hi, like, best friend, blah, blah, and that's not even me, and I'll be like, why?
I'm at a school where it's, like, probably the majority is Asian and white, and a lot of people come from, very, wealthy backgrounds. Like, I know someone that, like, took a private jet to lunch. Like, it's a really rich school. And, like, you find yourself code switching a lot when you're interacting with people, like, because, I mean, in a school like this, you have to do study groups. Like, you have to study with people if you want to succeed. So, like, when you're in these groups and you're, like, you don't feel like completely yourself, like you're holding back a part of yourself. And, like, I mean, that can be hard for some people depending on where you're going. Like, that's kind of, like, where I feel like I should have went to HBCU sometimes, because it's, like, you don't feel as comfortable where you are. And I feel like, that's not fair to some people, especially that they want to succeed. And, like, some people can feel comfortable in some spaces while others can't, so, yeah.
I think there's at least for me, I code switch because of reputation. Yeah. Like, I grew up as a pastor's kid, so, like, for not only for my own reputation, but for my family's and my dad's reputation for the church. Yeah. And it's hard for starting at a young age to just, like, pretend to be this, like, angel, like, that doesn't sin ever, like, but I'm just a normal person. I can make mistakes like a normal person. So I think because of that, it's, like, just built into my personality to code switch. Like, even in high school, I was, like, Casey knows, like, she went to my high school. I was junior and senior class president. I was in student council. So I realized after high school that I am not, like, a social person. I'm very much an introvert. You know this now too, Paul. Like, I like staying inside, like, sleeping in.
I was in her room the whole semester.
I was literally a hermit. Like, I did not come out.
Honestly, I feel like the ending of 11th grade is when you started, like,
realizing. Because, like, I got tired of it. I, like, it, like, pushed, like, all of that, like, weighed me down, like, a junior year.
I feel like it's taught too, like, code switching is taught. Like, I know every black, like, child is, like, that talk, like, when you go outside this house, you not only represent yourself, but this family and this house, and you got to do this, this, and this, and it's like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Learned behavior.
Don't, exactly.
Yeah,
it's really a learned behavior, bro. It's crazy.
And, like, because in student council, like, I had to be, like, this really bubbly, like, I still am a bubbly person, I think, but not to that extent. Like, I'm not, like, hi guys, like, welcome. Like,
Chris will tell you. We had to do that. He was senior body vice president. This is cameraman Chris. We got him behind the scenes shooting for us. Just wanted to give him a shout out. Go get your photography done by Chris. I promise you. He's nice with the flicks. Anyways, I had to do a plug there. But what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought.
Student council.
Yeah, student council. Like, when you're in that position, you have to, like, be bubbly and social and talk to people that you might even want to talk to.
Yeah, because student council, you are representing your class. Yeah,
you're representing your school, your class, and, your school spirit or whatever.
I also don't think that code switching is completely, like, being a false presence of yourself. I think it's just being one side of yourself, because if you go for, like, a job interview, that's being, like, the professional side of you. You're showing them what you're capable of doing, your skills. But so I don't think it's always being, like, a fake
I don't think always.
I
think it's to, like, a certain extent, though. Like, if you start, like, losing yourself in the process and you become this, like, whole different person, and then it's like, damn, who am I now? Kind of thing.
It's just amplifying yourself a little bit, like, in a certain situation that you need to.
That's why I was so glad to come home, man. It's like it's good to be in a good, like, where I feel comfortable, like where I'm.
Even in college, like, you know how, like, you had to put on code switch, like, the first, like, couple of weeks because you want to make a good first impression for everyone and you want to make friends. I did not obviously do that, but, like.
No, that is true, and I remember. It was, like, during the first month of school, too. It was, like, my sorority recruitment. Mm-hmm. I've never smiled so much in my life. I have never said, hey, girl, so much in my life. Like, it was, like...
Hey, girl?
I was, like, a sorority girl that week. Like, I just code switched the whole week I had to. It was, like, so many events. But
so when you're meeting all these new people, like, how do you, like, figure out who to trust? Because I mean, obviously, you make a lot of new friends, and I mean, you don't know these people. Like they're new to your life. You've like never really seen them before. So like, how do you really like decide to like, take that brick wall down and let them in and trust them?
I didn't. I just didn't. But why are you okay? Well, it's okay. So for me, I didn't come to anyone. I just let things happen. Like even for my boyfriend, like it came out of nowhere. Like getting a boyfriend was like I didn't even imagine. I can't even imagine it like happening to me. It happened at the most weird timing when I was really going through it because of college.
Yeah.
I believe that good people would just come to you. I don't need to go to them. So I'll just naturally meet good people, and I'll just learn to trust them that way. And you've lived your life. Like, you guys are 19. For some reason, I'm the youngest one right now. So it kind of feels weird. Yeah, but
It's okay. It's okay.
But you guys lived like 18, 19 years of your lives. Like, you know how normal people act, and you know like how good people act.
Yeah.
So just trust your instincts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that bad people also come to your life without you asking too.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
that is something I have learned this semester. I think I was so naive in high school because high school the friendships are different in high school. You become friends with a friend. It's your friend for the rest of high school. You would never do anything bad. You're ride or die. You become friends with somebody in college, and it is not the same. You have to know them for a couple months before you like really let them in.
Because you're like an adult now.
Yeah, there are people who like will do you wrong for no reason out in your life. Like people do not want to always see you succeed.
Facts, back to the envy and
whether
jealousy.
it's girls, whether it's boys, like there's always haters, and you need to. I realized that I have like 2 like best friends at Coastal, and those are the ones I trust. No matter, I have good friends at Coastal and like a lot of groups, but I won't let them in as close as I've let like the other 2.
Yeah, I don't think I've. Actually, Lydia, I think I agree with you, actually, because I don't think I've trusted anybody, really.
Yeah, like,
since
be
I've gotten
aware.
pretty. Well, I'll take that back. Maybe like a group of people, maybe like this friend group I have. But, like, other than that, not really anybody. Like, I've been really hesitant because...
It's hard to trust people
Yeah, it
you
really
just
is.
met.
Exactly.
I didn't even trust people in high school, sorry, but like...
On top of that, high school's so different. You have no idea where these people came from, what they've done in their past life. High school, it's easier to figure that out.
Yeah, and you don't know if these people are like grown up or not, because like everybody's like grown up since, like, you especially have grown up since high school. I've seen you grow. I'm blessed to have y'all, because I mean I was friends with y'all in high school, and I like honestly like was like you don't know if you're gonna be friends with people. Especially with us going, like, you're on one side of the country, I'm on the other side. You're in South Carolina. Like, we were all split up, but luckily...
We've all been friends since 8th grade.
We're still friends, though, exactly. Yeah. Right. Like, so that's how you know the bond is real type thing.
I feel like also, I don't know. I think for me, I was the opposite of Casey. I wasn't, like, in high school, I put my guard up, too. Like, I always had my guard up. So... I think it just came natural to me in college to not trust anyone until they earned my trust. Yeah.
See, I'm cool with a lot of people, but like I can say I honestly trust maybe like a handful,
Yeah, it doesn't mean like just because you don't trust someone doesn't mean that you don't like them as
exactly
a person.
Right. You just like got to be careful around them, kind of thing. Like, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just like I'm not there with you yet. Like, what have you done to show me that I can, you're trustworthy, you're worthy of my trust?
Trust comes with time too.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
And you can also lose trust too. Or like you see someone do something fucked up, and just
and it's so quick to lose.
Bro.
Gosh, it really is.
Yeah, it's like 1 minute you can trust someone, and the next you don't know who that person is anymore.
How many chances do you give someone?
1.
Like one chance?
I've done that since I was little. If you mess up, I completely ghost you. I don't have to talk about it.
So like no forgiveness, nothing like that.
Unless it's like.
Or you might forgive them, but you may not trust them again.
If it's something that would make me want to take my trust away from you, then
I think it depends. Yeah, like that. Like if it's like a small mistake, like if you guys like made like a small mistake, like maybe like I don't know, I don't like you guys just like did me wrong a little bit, then like it would be okay. Like and you came up to
and then
me
you could
and
build the rest of the trust back.
I feel like we're really lenient people, bro.
We are. We're very understanding, but like if it's something that if
it's huge,
my friend group since like the 6th grade, I stopped talking to them in the 12th grade. It was one thing. Like they've done things in the past, but that one thing, 6 to 12? That's 6 years of friendship gone. Like,
just like that.
yeah, I cut them. I don't even have them on social media anymore.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
No, I shouldn't.
We're new, and this is new.
No, don't be mean. I don't have any hard
I'm
feelings
just kidding,
against
bro.
them.
I'll
I'm
cut
just.
that out.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had any hard feelings about anyone in high school, mainly because it's not worth it.
It really isn't. And you can't grow if you have a grudge still. You
Facts.
really
Oh
can't.
my God. I don't
You need to
understand.
forgive
It's a life
people,
lesson.
or else they have power over you. You need to forgive to move on.
Word.
And
That's so
honestly,
true.
if it hurt you that bad, like,
Therapy.
life, therapy is always there. JK.
We're gonna
Well,
get
if it's
sponsored by
still
therapy.
hurting you, then maybe you're not over them because like, maybe you need to go forgive them or something.
Ooh,
But-
do y'all believe in closure?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you need closure. I need closure.
Like in what sense?
Like, clean cut. Like, you have no more questions. It's out of your life. You can forgive them or just forget.
I feel like I have a lot of things that I like wanted to say to people but never said, but I don't think that means I need closure. In
Me
a sense,
too.
like I feel like
Or
it's not
it
even.
doesn't have to be with the other person. You can be with yourself.
Sit with your. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's also true.
That's how I never
Yeah.
talk. When I like cut
Like,
them
at
off,
one
I just
point-
cut them off.
Yeah, like one point I was like, it's not even worth it. Like, why would I say that? It wouldn't like do me any good or do me.
Literally,
any bad.
once you get that closure for yourself, because I think it's more important to get closure within yourself and
Yeah.
be assured of yourself.
And that also comes with time.
Yeah. And then literally, a life well lived is the best revenge. Like,
Word.
for
Yeah,
real,
exactly.
Like, it is. A life.
You don't know how bad I want to flex on everybody, bro. Oh my god.
Literally, we're all thriving in college. Well, kind of, but like,
Yeah.
we're our new
Yeah.
selves. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
We're on the right
we're
track
like
for sure.
more confident with ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
also
that's our
like to
revenge.
think that like if they're not in your life, it's okay because they were in your life for that part for a reason. Like
Yeah.
you needed them at that time in your life.
Mhm.
You don't need them at this time in your life.
Word.
And it's a lesson. Like, what you can like take what you learned from that friendship and apply it to your next
next one,
friendship.
yeah.
And
Word.
you can be a better friend that way
I
too.
think that's what's helped me, bro.
And you could be a better
friend.
one to yourself as well.
Yeah, you
because-
can love yourself more too. I think these past few months, it was really important to learn how to love yourself and take care of yourself in college because nobody else will.
Oh, yeah, facts.
It is exactly.
No one is
yeah.
taking care of you but you. I swear to God.
And I started to realize that like the first month. The first month I was
Yeah.
just like, no.
Like, I'm a student athlete. I play football. I have school. I have the podcast. Like, usually I have like a little bit of help with that. Yeah.
So, I'm
Aw,
literally
he's come
so
such a
proud.
long
But
way,
it's-
honestly.
But it's like it's
His style too.
Yeah, he
I
came dressed
did.
to impress today.
Yeah, I did. But y'all look good too.
Aw,
But
thanks.
yeah, I definitely like. But like, usually I had help with that kind of stuff. Like, usually I either have Chris to help me out or some other people or Reed, and I had that support like right here in the city. But then I ventured out, and it's like, well, it's just me now.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta eat still, and I gotta lift, and I gotta work out. And I
Even
gotta
not like
organize
physical
things.
help, like mental help. Like,
Yeah, that too.
friends
And then I gotta
are
learn how to
big
relax.
help, yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it's important to like actually have a group. I was lucky to have because I have 3 roommates. I live in a quad.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough to have like really good roommates.
Yeah.
And those are my friends.
Mhm.
And it's important to have that like supportive environment. It's called self-efficacy
Yeah.
in
Ooh.
public
big
health.
word.
Yeah.
Big
and
word.
to have that support from your environment, you improve your self-efficacy. So you need that friend group and you need that support because your support outside of college was your family and your home friends. Yeah.
Cool.
But you don't have that in college.
Mhm. So we talked about growing from past friendships and hardships and how it shaped you into a better and mature person. So how has bettering and loving yourself helped you be a better partner in your relationship?
Well, I think that I've always had insecurities, but it wasn't really until like 12th grade when I started like completely like not loving myself. But I did work on it, and now I am in my first relationship ever. And I think that if I didn't work on loving myself, they say you have to love yourself to love someone else. I think if I didn't work on loving myself before this, it wouldn't have worked out at all because I think that causes a lot of like mistrust and like
jealousy
and
because you're like there's so many insecurities
in a relationship, and I think that's what causes a relationship to fail the most.
Mhm.
So I really think if you love yourself they'll love you like just as much.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm in my first relationship too. It's funny how me and Casey, we
So
talked
cute.
about how we never have boyfriends. We've never had our first boyfriend throughout like high school. And as soon as we saw each other the first time out of like 3 months, this girl goes, as soon as I got into the car, I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, me too. That's the first thing after she chucked the apple out of her car. But after that, she was like, oh my god, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But piggybacking on what Casey said, it's those insecurities build up your personality too, and it's like it shows like
Yeah, for sure.
what an insecurity can do to a person.
Mhm.
Like one, you not only like if you have like insecurities and you're not very like confident and sure of yourself and you love yourself,
Mhm.
you're not gonna be not only a good partner, you're not gonna be a good friend, or you're not gonna be a good like daughter, brother, sister, like you're not gonna be a good person in general. You have to learn how to like be sure and be like
Confident in yourself,
confident
yeah.
in yourself to
And that's
be a
actually
better
really
person.
attractive, bro. Like to be
Yeah.
confident in yourself and like sure of yourself. Like
I feel like in a
Knowing your
relationship, your
worth.
insecurities also reflect on your partner too.
facts.
So it's just
yeah. Then
Yeah.
everybody's like, you brought someone else down with you, kind of thing. I hate that. Oh my god, when people are like so insecure of themselves and like they try to bring other people down with them. And now everybody's in a slump, and it's just like a toxic place that you've created for yourself. And I think that's why a lot of college relationships are like that. Okay.
I think the reason why Casey thinks that it's so important to love
I
yourself
remember.
in a relationship is because one of the most important things in a relationship is trust.
Word.
And you can't trust somebody if you can't trust yourself.
Word, yeah.
Like the reason why we're so worried, like people are so worried about their partner cheating, is because they're not sure of themselves. They're like, why wouldn't you cheat? Like, there are better people than me. But no, they're with you for a specific reason.
Yeah.
They're with you because they like you.
Yeah, word.
Like as a person.
Do you remember what you were gonna say?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also, this is both of our first relationships, but I also don't think that I've ever been in I've always said I haven't been in a relationship because, my parents are strict and everything. But I don't think I've ever been in a relationship until now because I didn't love myself, I would get like too close to somebody and then I would completely like ghost them. Like not even like say I don't want to do anything, like gone, like I'm gone forever. And I've done that to every single like guy I've ever had in my life, like just completely gone. But like
Yeah.
now, I guess me and my boyfriend now, like we started off as friends and stuff, so it wasn't anything like crazy, and then I was like doing my own thing, and he still gives me space to grow in the relationship, which I really appreciate. But I think now that like I've been working on like self-love and stuff, I could finally be in one.
Yeah.
For me, everyone knows, Paul knew, like my other friends knew, when I didn't really tell people that I got in a relationship until I got home. When I told my friends back home that I got in a relationship, all of them were like shocked because I am the queen. I am the CEO of commitment issues. As soon as I talk to you guys, like it's so bad. And then, but I think also it's because I've always known a little bit, like even though I'm still working on myself, I kind of knew my self-worth. I didn't want to settle for less because I don't settle for less for friends either. So why would I settle less for a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Like,
Yeah.
So, I think that flex on my boyfriend, whenever I do choose to date someone, they have to be like near to perfect.
Word.
Yeah.
You mentioned cheating. While I have y'all here, what do y'all consider cheating?
Oh my god.
Like, what's the line between like cheating and just like being friendly?
I'm
Have
very
you talked about this with your boyfriend?
No, actually, that's actually something we haven't talked about at all.
Or emotional cheating.
Oh yeah, physical
And
or emotional
yeah.
cheating. Yeah.
That's
both.
actually
Word,
something I've
there's-
been wondering about.
Both are
because,
considered cheating, bro.
Like I knew that I liked him since probably like a good amount of time, so I stopped like answering any other guy's snaps already. I like texting anybody like that already before he asked me to like be his. So like texting wise and Snapchat wise, like I only like really snap him. And emotionally, like I have guy friends that I met before him, and he has girlfriends that he met before me, and we're like neither of us are the jealous type. Like we would never ask to see each other's phones. We would never ask to like not hang out with somebody. But if you meet somebody now, you just meet a girl, no, you're not hanging out with them. But if you had friends before, like, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
For me, me and my boyfriend has had the talk about what's cheating and what's not.
Yeah.
I think it's a very clear cut on physical cheating. Like if you obviously fucked a girl or like fucked a boy, like or fucked in general, that's not your boyfriend versus girlfriend. Then
Where?
Like it's cheating. But and like emotion. I think honestly, what would hurt me more is emotional cheating, not physical. Because that means like physical cheating is like, okay, you're horny, like you're just horny, like. But emotional cheating means that you didn't really love me. You were gonna like you liked somebody else while we're in a relationship. I think that hurts more because I thought I was being accepted, and I completely wasn't.
Yeah, whole time you were putting your love somewhere else. Yeah.
One thing I've like cannot get my head comprehend is I am not afraid of cheating. Cheating is nothing. I would never expect to be cheated on. Like I just don't believe that anybody would ever cheat on me.
Yeah.
So it's not ever something I'm scared about. Like if he would be like I have something serious.
I think that's a part of you having like self-love though, and like actually knowing I don't know. You're secure now.
Yeah, if my boyfriend were to come to me and be like, I have something serious to talk to you about, like something I did, I would say like, oh my gosh, he like robbed somebody, not cheated on me.
Cheating would not be your first thought. Well, I love that.
And even if they did cheat on me, that means they weren't worthy of me. I would have no hard feelings over it.
Me
like
too.
at all. I'd be like, okay, we're done. Honestly, we can still be friends because we were friends first. Like I really don't care at this point.
So you wouldn't like forgive him if he told you like up front, but like what if you found out before he told you, or he didn't tell you?
If I found out before he told me, he would just never see me again. Like I tell you, I go ghost when people do me wrong. He would never see me again.
Okay.
I think if my boyfriend cheated on me, I don't. Me and my boyfriend, I told you we had the talk before.
Yeah.
We're the same person. We have the same personality type. We think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So we come to terms with things. Like we go into agreements very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were talking, we both like said, if I ever wanted to cheat on you, I'll just break up with you.
That's what we said, yeah.
If I ever wanted to cheat on you,
if you're even thinking about it, you should have enough respect for your partner to break up with them before.
Because if you're thinking about cheating, that means you're going to do it. Like you're going to do it anyway. If you're thinking of cheating, that means that you don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Or at least with that person.
Yeah, with that person.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. That's why emotional cheating is worse to me. Because it like builds up.
Yeah.
Physical cheating is like you're horny in a moment. It probably like it's like a one and done thing.
Oh, y'all are so mature. Oh my god.
Shut up.
Y'all are so mature. Oh my god. But yeah. So yeah, I asked you what cheating is. So then, what is a relationship, and what does a relationship entail then?
That's what I keep asking.
I don't know either. That's serious.
You've never really been in an actual relationship.
Really,
we have never had a boyfriend before, and he asked me the other day, like, do you want to like be my girlfriend? I said, yeah, but like, what does that mean? Because what we've been doing is like perfect to me. Like we hang out, we see each other's friends. We don't have to talk or hang out every day. Like, but we like respect each other and like we share everything. Blah blah blah. But now it's like.
I think it's
he wants to know everything. Like he expects me to share every single thing with him, and I just feel like there's definitely a part of me that I don't share with everybody, even though I'm mostly an open book. There's a part of me that I like to keep private, even from like my closest friends, anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And he like seems to be trying to see that, and I'm just like, no, you are not. You are not more. Like, calm down.
I think it might like grow as time. Maybe it's because it's our first relationship, and we've never like been in a really big.
I'll be the first to tell you I haven't had a relationship that lasts past like maybe 3 weeks or a month.
Yeah, so I don't think any of us are in the position to like really like explain. Maybe our parents can, but like and other like
I don't
older
even think
people,
so because I mean it's changed. Like our parents, they didn't grow up with like social media and all this, and like now it's like certain behaviors on social media can be like perceived as cheating or like. You should do this, you should post this. If your girlfriend has this, you should post with your girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. You should put them in your bio.
I don't want to pop out for a good couple months.
Yeah,
we haven't even talked about doing that.
Shoot, I know a lot of people that haven't popped out yet.
The only thing I would ever be mad at, like if he cheated on me, like I'd disappear. But if he DM'd somebody else,
Oh my god, that's
I don't care if he texted, I don't care if he snapped somebody else or like texted. But if he slid into somebody's DMs while we're dating, that is humiliating to me.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Cheating in general is like, if your partner cheats, I feel like I'd be so embarrassed too. Like any cheating. I've dated that person.
Yeah, and I also wouldn't like if we ever got into anything. Well, I know he wouldn't. Like I chose good, but like I hate the partners who decide to post their business on, like say like they're posting a sad quote that like shows that your like relationship is not good right now, because that's just showing everybody that your home is not good, and then everyone else is gonna come for your guy now and stuff, or guys are gonna come to you that you don't need.
You're putting your whole relationship on blast for everyone to see.
That's why I kept my relationship on the DL.
Yeah.
Like I only need my close friends to know anyway. So like why
that is really tacky though. Like I don't like when people like do that.
It is.
Like why would you put your person on blast? Like it's your relationship. It's supposed to be like between you and them. It's a certain trust you have, and that's probably where
Wait, can I say? Okay, I think honestly, in my opinion, if I had to give an answer to this question, it's going back off what I said about self-efficacy and having that support. Your boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner, should be your main support.
That's a big thing actually.
Your main support?
Yeah, one of your main supports, because
one of them, yeah,
like,
I'll give you that.
Your friends obviously like is a big supporter of your life, like obviously, but with your boyfriend, your significant other, you have that intimacy. Yeah. So it's important for them to support you, and even to a further level than your friends.
And I think it should be natural too. It shouldn't be forced.
It is, yeah.
If you're forcing it, then it's just like you're either not respecting that person's boundaries, or like you shouldn't be together type thing, or you need to go in the vault and like work on yourself more and trust people kind of thing. But what were you gonna say?
One thing, like, I don't know who I was telling. I don't remember, but one person I was telling, like, when we first started dating, I was talking to them, and they were like, okay, so, like, you've never had a boyfriend, so what is it about this one that you like? And I was like, thinking, and honestly, like, he is definitely, like, I support him, obviously, but my personality is definitely extroverted. Yeah. I definitely need somebody who could just, like, not try to, like, take my shine and stuff. And he just lets me shine all the way. He just like stands behind my shine, but he supports me while I do it, and I think that's like the best thing. Yeah, that's cool. Me and my boyfriend. I think that's what
we're both shy, we're both quiet, so we're just standing there. Neither of us shine. There is no shine when it comes to us. We just like stand there.
I think he's a little more introverted than me, but I think it's good because I bring him out a little more. We're complete opposites actually, but the way we think is very similar. Yeah, that's what he said.
We're just the same. I think maybe I'm just more friendly. He's just a little bit more shy than me. I think I know how to. I don't know. If I need to, then I'll be friendly, and I'll be like at least like talking to people, new people. Be like, oh hi, I'm Lydia. You know. He'd just stand there. He would just stand there.
Okay. Question when you come up with it, whatever.
Why don't you think that you're not in like a serious relationship yet?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because he's a king.
He's a pimp, that's why.
I don't think it's a problem with other people. I think I'm the problem. Not like that I'm a problem. It's just that like I put my focus into other things. Or I might be overbearing. Or I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think, like, right now, in this stage of my life, why I'm not in a relationship is because, one, I definitely did not have time for one in first semester. I'll tell you that. I did not have time. And, yeah, I think I'm just working on other things. I haven't been, like, I don't think I put myself out there like that to, like, put myself in position to be in one. I've been, like, more focused, like, football and, you know, school and the podcast, blah, 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 blah. Finances, whatever you may have, whatever have it, but I just part of me like is also like scared because I don't know what a relationship entails. Like, what does that mean I have to do now? Like, oh, you want to be my parents, blah blah blah. Am I comfortable with that? Stop. Like, why should I trust you? Kind of thing. It's like you have to like go through like all these different stages in a new relationship, and it's like you don't really know what to expect, and like you don't have time to like. I don't know, continuously put yourself out there to people or, find that one person that like your day. So, I don't know. Yeah. That's my answer.
I like what you said about how it's not them, it's me. Yeah. Because I have been with like like I've talked to people before, and they would just be like, you don't you don't have enough time for me. You never want to see me. If you wanted to, you would.
Yeah.
And I found that like with my boyfriend now, I usually would be like, oh no, I can't hang out today, or I'd make plans, just like never go or whatever. But I found out that like it just comes natural. Like if you're gonna want to hang out with the person you want to date. You're gonna want to hang out with them and see them and put extra time in them. And like honestly, I haven't even realized myself doing it, but I think it just like is something that comes.
Yeah, exactly. It's just natural. Like
you become a natural simp. Like it's so insane.
Oh gosh, it's so bad, but it's so cute. No,
it is cute. But when you see other people doing it, it's kind of gross. But like when you do it, it's okay.
It's easy. It like just makes your life easy. Like you don't have to put in any extra effort to it because it's like it's something you want to do. Like it also helps your mental health. It's like a relaxer for your life kind of thing. So
yeah, and I think because I was talking to Casey about it in the car, like in the past, like I've been in so many situations that I almost got into a relationship, but it just didn't work out to that point. Like it just couldn't get to. Why are you nodding your head so aggressively?
No, I'm like saying I've been in the same situation.
I was about to say.
I'm not dissing you. I'm not dissing you.
But I realized, and it's like nothing on the other like person, like the partner. It's everything on me. Because,
boom, commitment issues.
Yeah. He's the thing. Right before my current boyfriend.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Right before my current boyfriend, I almost got into a relationship with a different guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a really good guy, don't get me wrong. He was just he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he treated me really well. Like he was a really like huge gentleman. Like he was like like your ideal type of boyfriend. Like he was ideal. Like everything about him was perfect, right? But I don't know why I just never got the spark with him.
I feel like that a lot of people I've like wanted to be intimate with, like we were just better off like being friends kind of thing. Like way better off being friends. And it's like I have like maybe I have a few friendships like from situations like that, and they've all turned out pretty well. So it's like, yeah, like it's okay if you don't ever like get that spark with that person, but like, I mean, if they like mean something to you, you should keep them in your life, kind of thing.
I've also like noticed that if you're into somebody and they become like really into you, and it's like going good for a while, and then like the spark's there and everything, and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
Like you get tired of that
like
person,
the
and
end
you're
of the
like,
honeymoon phase.
well, why am I like even like with them? Blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I don't know where I was going with it, but yeah, that hasn't happened with that hasn't happened with my boyfriend now, and I think that's why that's really good. We talked for a long time before.
You're like waiting on that to happen.
No,
I don't think it will.
No, I'm not waiting because he's like he's like my best friend now. So it's like
that's good. Yeah.
And like we agreed, even if we don't date, we're still gonna be best friends. So I'm taking it one step at a time. Everything's going very slowly, and I think that's the best.
A lot of people rush things. Like,
people
rushing to say the L word, bro.
Yeah, we haven't said I love you, but we're dating.
Like, oh my God, it's all in your own time.
Especially people with commitment issues.
Yeah, and it comes with all the things that we talked about, like today, with trust and.
Like, I don't like when people feel that they need to say I love you as soon as they start dating. Like,
it should come natural, just like everything else we talked about. God,
I feel like it would just come in the most random moment for me.
Word.
Yeah.
Just say it. But I think that's everything pretty much. Yeah. So appreciate you guys coming. This was really good. I had a lot to say. Y'all had a lot to say. Y'all came with really good answers. I'm really appreciative of you taking the time out your day to come talk. Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the podcast. Go talk about it with your SO and your friends, because it can help you be a better friend and a better SO. I promise you it will.
Or just by yourself.
Or just by yourself. Yeah, and better yourself. Love yourself. Exactly. Yeah. But we're done.